What's going on, guys? Stefan here with you, S&E's Garage. Today we are going to be taking our GS-F for a wheel alignment. Alright guys, so we got new wheels on the Lexus a couple videos ago. You guys saw that. Now today we're going to go ahead and get a four-wheel alignment done just to make sure that everything is within specification, because we do not want to ruin our brand new tires. An alignment that is out is the fastest way to ruin a very expensive set of tires. Now, one thing that you may not know, a lot of people think that camber is the #1 tire wearing angle, and it's actually not. Toe is. Toe is the biggest reason for tire wear. And with how bent that right front wheel was that we had on the car, the original wheel, I'm honestly a little bit worried about what my alignment is going to look like. So today we're going to take care of that. Now with these cars, I do not believe camber is adjustable from the factory. If your camber's out, you need a camber kit. So we're going to hope that the camber's okay, and we're just going to be getting a quick tow and go. Now this is the first video that we are doing inside of the car with the new exhaust and the intake modifications that we've done. So we will go ahead and do a couple pulls on the way there and let you hear it, and comment down below. Let me know what you think. And then we'll start over when we get over to the shop, and we'll see how bad the alignment is. This car makes me smile every single time I do that. It never fails. So right now the steering wheel is pretty much straight. If anything, it might be at like the 12-15 mark. It is off to the right just a hair. Not enough for it to annoy me, but enough for me to think that something might be a little bit out of whack. So that's the main reason we're doing this today. If I didn't just put brand new tires on it, I'd probably let it go until I did get tires, because I can let go of the wheel. It doesn't pull left or right. I just think that it's, you know, it's off center just a little bit. So that's my reason for doing this. I know a buddy that works at a dealership. He's actually one of my ex-coworkers that I used to work with when I was in Hyundai land. He's at a Nissan dealer now. So we're gonna drive over to that Nissan dealer and get this thing up on the rack and see how we do. One thing I want you to notice, we're doing about 53 miles an hour right now, and we are right around 1300 RPM. I have this exhaust on here, the Tanabe Revel Medallion, and you can hear, I can have a conversation with you. It's not overbearing. There's a little bit of drone if I go ahead and get in it a little bit. There's a very little bit of drone. I do notice a little bit of drone when I'm on the highway doing, you know, 75, 80 miles an hour, and the torque converter's locked up in like 8th gear, and you go to give it a little bit of throttle. It's a little bit drony, but as soon as it downshifts, it smooths out. So this exhaust is very tame. It is not anything that I would say overbearing, but it does give a nice, smooth, deep exhaust note, which is what I like. I really don't like rasp. I had a Mustang many moons ago that was a little bit raspy, a little too raspy for my liking. So I'm glad that I didn't go that route with this. The Mustang I kind of just threw together with used parts that I was able to find on Marketplace. So I had a used Ford Performance exhaust on it, and then I did long tube headers, and that was all rasp. There was no, it sounded like your stereotypical Mustang is basically what that car sounded like. But this is great. This is a perfect daily driver, and hopefully the mid pipe that we do when we do it accentuates that deep exhaust note. Like I said, I don't want rasp. So we are, like I said in the last video, hopefully we're going to go with a resonated, and that'll help prevent that. We're going to do a quick pull for you here with the windows down, just so you can hear the exhaust. That's not me, I swear to God. I'd kill myself if this sounded like that. And we're pulling into the dealership. So let's get this thing set up on the lift and take it from there. You could rev it more than that.
Am I good?
Yeah, it ain't gonna hit.
Am I lined up straight?
Straight enough.
Where are the 4 doors? Now, let's start with it.
Now, one of the main reasons I come see this guy for alignments is because, number one, he knows what he's doing. And number two, they have an alignment machine that doesn't actually clamp the rim. It grabs the tire. That way, your wheels do not get damaged. So we're just setting this thing up on the rack. And then Steve-O's gonna go ahead and compensate it for us and see where we're at. So this is the rolling compensation. You basically roll it until those turn green. Now the pad's unlock, and it's gonna auto-populate what kind of vehicle it is. So what he's doing now is the caster swing. This is going to go ahead and measure caster. So here's where we're at. Now, unfortunately, with this vehicle, if we go ahead and click here, and we go to illustrate adjustments, there is no camber adjustment for the rear of this, but if you look, it is just out of the spec, and the left side is almost equal to it. So we're not gonna mess with that. We are just gonna tow the rear end out, you know, make it a little bit better if we need to, and then we're gonna go ahead and bring the front in, because kind of like I had expected, the front's out pretty bad. I don't know if it's from whatever happened to that rim or what have you, but this is gonna prevent us from wiping out tires. So our front toe adjustment is going to be right here. Here's your outer tie rod. Here's your inner tie rod. We're going to go ahead, loosen these jam nuts. There's going to be one here and one on this side. And then we're going to spin the inner tie rod in the outer. And that's going to move the wheel in and out until we get the proper adjustment. Now, if we were to adjust the rear, right now the rear toe is in spec, so we are not going to mess with it. But the rear toe adjustment back here is right here at this toe arm. So you'll see there's like some of these cars have rear steer, this one does not, but they still have the tie rod set up as if they did. So again, you would just loosen this jam nut, turn that, and you would do the same thing on here and turn that until the toe is in. So Steve's going ahead and loosening those jam nuts I was telling you about, and then as he rotates the inner tie rod, you're going to see the adjustment come into spec. Moving nice and free. Oh yeah, there she goes. Now you want to get it as close to the center of the specification as possible, and then whatever you pick on the one side, you match on the other. You want them to be equal and opposite. Money.
Some of the surface rust on these inners are, the wrench is sticking to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So like I told you guys, he's gonna go ahead and spin that inner while he holds the outer, or spin, yeah, the inner while he holds the outer, and it's going to move our adjustment. And our goal is dead smack dab in the middle. All right guys, and we have a clean bill of health here. What you'll see, our camber is equal and opposite on both sides. Our caster is just about equal and opposite on both sides. And now our toe is just about the same. These little numbers really don't matter much. It's gonna change. Just by tightening the parts up, things are gonna change, but we're good here. So now we're gonna lower it down and take it for a ride and make sure the wheel's straight. So Steve has never driven a Lexus F car before.
I shifted early because I got fucking.
Oh my god.
I haven't been in a car like this in a long time.
How's that wheel, nice and straight?
This is wild. It fucking sounds good too.
Thank you. Alright guys, so we're on our way back from the shop. We just got our alignment done. Our wheel is nice and straight. We know we're not going to be wiping out tires now because everything is in spec, or as close to in spec as it needs to be. Like we saw, their camber and the right rear corner is out just a hair, but it's almost equal to the left rear, so we're not going to mess with that. We don't need camber kits or anything like that, so everything's good here, and we're all set. So if this video was interesting to you, or you want to see more content with this car, please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.